What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some more Watcher of Realms, and today I'd like to make a little bit more progress in the campaign. We're very close to unlocking the final gold raid, and I want to get that done so that in between these Tales of the Smith events, we can kind of stockpile a little bit of gold, so when we have good gear that drops, we can actually upgrade it. Actually, speaking of that, I don't know, I want to say I actually snagged out like a piece of ancient gear or something the other day when I was doing some runs. I did. I grabbed out 2 pieces of ancient gear. This one actually looks really nice. It's on the fracture set too, which is great. So when the event pops up, probably upgrading that sucker to max. But that's why I want to go ahead, get the gold rate unlocked, so we can farm that in between the events, because generally speaking, you don't want to waste a lot of your gold outside of the Tales of the Smith events, because it's just kind of throwing away gold for no reason. When these roll around, at least you can get some rewards for spending your gold, so just keep that in mind. Don't be upgrading your gear in between Tales of the Smith events. It just kind of is wasting a lot of dollars, especially those 16 upgrades. I mean, 1 to 12, if you're just checking a piece of gear, I guess is fine, because it's not a ton of event points. But that 16th, that last upgrade that costs like $500,000, definitely save those for Tales of the Smith. But that said, after we do the campaign and unlock all that business, we do have an event coming up for the artifact material raid, so I do want to jump in there, try to make a little bit of progress. We are currently sitting in the old #1 spot, which is great. I do like to see that. We'll see how everybody pushes it the last few hours, if they sneak past me or not, but that's beside the point. So we're going to jump in, do some campaign, get that knocked out. I only got 5 stages to go. Shouldn't be too bad. It is stage 8 now, so things will be getting a little bit more difficult. What's the win conditions here? Okay, still just no hero kill. Not a problem. We can make that happen. 2 healers, plenty of ground units. Should be good to go. Let's jump in. I don't think we need to plan too much for these. If I do sound a little bit congested and or sick, it is because I am a little bit congested and or sick. So that's why there wasn't a video yesterday. But feeling better today. Just, you know, no sore throat and stuff is great. But still a little bit poopage. How do we want to run this? So we can't stop people on this side from jumping. We can stop that side. That's great. I'm just going to put Deimos in over here. That seems like an intelligent move. Let him take care of all these guys. Then we'll put somebody up here to stop these from getting through. He should be able to handle this by himself. I don't think he'll need too much help. We can obviously throw extra units in for damage. But, I mean, we could try sniping these guys out. My concern with that is if we don't snipe them out, we're wasting a lot of DPS that will be kind of completely useless outside of that. So I think we'll just let these guys go ahead and jump across, turn into big fish people, and then we will just nuke them down on this side. That seems like an idea. So we'll do it like this. He should be okay. We can always throw a healer down here just to make sure everybody's fine. Probably going to delegate Wrath up here to this side, and maybe a healer to make sure he doesn't die. I don't think he will. Good lord, 43,000 damage. Get him, bro. But once we get this guy to A5, we can kind of just set him and forget him, which will be 104k. Bro, absolutely nasty damage coming out of big dude up there. But once we get him to A5, he's much more self-reliant. Won't have to worry about kind of focusing and healing him too much. Remember that time that I said I wasn't going to waste a lot of DPS over on that side of the map? Methinks I lied, because I am absolutely going to waste tons of DPS on that side of the map, drop none healers, and try to kill all those guys before they turn to big fish people. And then we'll throw Estrid over here. Probably should have put her back where Deimos is. I forgot she has a 2 attack range, so whoopsie-doopsie on me there. I could put her next to Deimos, but I'll sit her in front. That way, we should be able to take care of everybody here. I can easily pop a healer down to cover everybody on this bottom side. Top side's looking absolutely fine. We are still under the no hero killed thing, but we're almost finished this one up anyways. So that was pretty easy. Might have overthought that a little bit. Maybe the cosmic trails just like fried my brain to overanalyze everything. That has got to be like the hardest event ever. Especially for like this account that has no access to legendaries. The first 3 missions could definitely be done with epics only. That was part of the challenges actually to get it 4-starred, was to use only epics. That last one, stage 3, I feel like it definitely benefited from having awakened epics, for sure. But the final 3 are actually geared toward legendaries because there's no epic modifier on them. And so this account literally just can't do them. They're like impossible to 4-star. Literally nobody in any of the deals have done it with only epics. So maybe somebody's done it. Maybe somebody has. I just feel like it's probably impossible unless you have like a full roster of A5 epics, then maybe. But yeah, very, very tough. Those last 3 stages, dang near impossible for this account. So kind of a miss there in my opinion. Sip some water here. How do I do this? I can't block the left side. I can block the middle. I'm going to block middle with Wrath. I'm going to block this side. Learn from your mistakes, bro. Use Estrid. Or do I use Estrid to hold this side and have Deimos hold that side? I like that idea. Let's do it like this. Deimos does have the Lunacy Visor on, I believe, still, so he does block 3. But I think that Estrid can handle this by herself. Should be okay. These guys, I think, turn into spear-throwing fish. Yeah, spear-throwing fish. They're annoying for your platform tiles, but they're not too terribly bad. To be truly honest, I could probably block them, like, all the way back here and be okay. Might just do that for fun, just to take them out a little bit earlier. We can obviously throw healers down if we need to. I'm going to put Wrath up here to chop these dudes down before they really get a chance to go anywhere. So we've got kind of all of our bases more or less covered. We will need to get healers to... Ooh, hold up. Maybe we don't. Tank. I can't put anyone in front of Estrid, so I might have screwed the pooch on that one yet again. But we can throw Livian back here to guard the crystals, an extra layer of defense. I can also just pop her ult and she will just lawn mow these guys down like super duper fast. Let's go ahead and get a healer over here on Deimos, because he's probably going to need it. We can also help Deimos a little bit with some range damage. I don't think they ever swarm this side too heavy, so single target damage seems okay. And then on this side, maybe Brienne, because she does have a little bit of a ranged ult, or we can opt for Greed or Navros for a little bit of AoE damage just on basic attacks. Greed might be the ideal choice over here because it is slow. They do seem to send a lot of people over there at one time. Wrath doing absolutely fine in the middle there. No issues. 4 people coming on this side. They're actually targeting Deimos still and not her, which is kind of nice. And it looks like we're handling that pretty well. This side, they kind of try to sneak in a little bit, but I think we're doing good. Having Greed was a good choice up there, I think. And this one should be pretty much over. No one's getting past both Estrid and Livian, because she's going to stun the crap out of them, and Estrid will clean it up anyway. There we go. Stage 2 down. Not a problem. But for the Cosmic Trails, the one thing I was thinking they could have done, now this is just me in my poor Epic-only account sadness, but if they could have scaled the event like how they did gear and artifacts and stuff didn't matter, that was great. I wish they would have done the same thing to Awakenings. Either made every hero an A5 hero or every hero unawakened, and then scaled the challenge off of that. That way it would have been a pure strategy kind of event where you just had to think your way through it. Of course, there's some luck with do you have heroes that would be ideal for it, but the Awakens definitely make a humongous difference. So if you have like an A5 Maul, for example, he's very cheap to place down. I mean, he's 5 cost cheaper than normal. When you're running an event with a 20% cost regen deduction, that's huge. That gets him out way earlier, helps him build his ult. He has a massive damaging ult, which is like 900% AoE damage or something, which is absolutely massive for those, you know, when everything's scaled down and gear doesn't matter, having a huge bursty ult like that was enormous. So having like certain heroes A5 made some of the challenges like just absolutely super easy. And then some of them, if you didn't have them awakened, was like dang near impossible. So yeah, that'd be a cool thing for the future, because I did like the concept of the event, the idea that it was more strategy over having gear, artifact, and pantheons. But this one kind of sucks. I remember this one being very annoying. We do have 2 healers to cover the sides. The downside is if we try to use healers up top to keep like our dudes from letting people morph into their final forms, we could be in trouble. Let's go ahead and see how fast we can take care of these fish. They do hit fairly hard. So that's going to be a bit annoying. We're going to have to probably run like this with a healer on each side, and then we'll probably just end up letting these guys morph, because if we try to stop them up here, these fish will kill them, and we won't 3-star the mission. So we might have to let them morph and then kill them back here on this side. That might be just the way we do it. She did actually, well, she's going to take a little bit of damage here. Not too much. Not going to drop a healer on them yet. Like I said, we can put heroes up here, but those fish will attack them. And unless you dedicate healers to the top side, they're going to die. Just kind of the way it's going to be. So instead, I think we try to catch them back here as they're coming in. Couple of ways to do it. I would say we only have 1 unit that can attack like over the back. So how do we want to run it? We want to run Deimos to block 3. I could put him up 1 further, actually. Or I could catch him on the side here And that might be the way to do it. Run it like this and get Livian over here. Ooh, that one leaves us one. No, we have 2 fighters to the other side. That will work. I think this will be okay. Then we'll get a healer on one of these platform tiles. Maybe another damage dealer on this side. But I think we should be okay. These guys do, I think, throw spears eventually. I think this last guy turns into spear throwers. And they do hit hard. So I am a little bit worried. I'm going to hold off on dropping a healer if I can. Oh, she has the Ichor Chalice on, right? So she'll probably be able to keep herself alive a little bit. And I can focus on making sure we got these guys down. So let's go ahead. We'll pop Wrath here like this. Pop Estrid behind Wrath. That's 4 block. That should be good. There's a lot of DPS going to be coming out between these two. I don't think they'll make it through it. So let's go ahead, get ourselves a healer in here to make sure that Brienne doesn't die. We can also pop Brienne's ult right now. Just kind of speed through this wave a little bit. She's doing a good job topping herself off. Man, that Ichor Chalice is nice. I totally forgot she had that on there. We only have 1 more unit to place. So it's probably going to end up being a healer on this side, just to make sure she doesn't die. Yes, she has self-sustain, but it's not a great amount of self-sustain. So I feel like this might be the safest option, but we'll hold off on it in case somebody starts to sneak through. We have Estrid's ult as a backup to kind of clear out waves very, very quickly. She should be stunning people, which is great. That's going to slow him down over here. Deimos will get a lot more chops in. I think we're probably all right, actually, just as is. This one's kind of a... Ooh. I'm definitely going to pop a healer just to make sure she's not going to die, because they do hit pretty hard. And yes, she's healing for a decent amount. I could pop her ult. She would heal a little bit more even. But a little bit more sketch than I would like. Let's go ahead and pop her ult, take these fish out a little bit faster. Just or not take the fish out. That also is one of the options you could do. You could ignore the fish entirely and get shot by them. But they'll be taken out pretty quickly. I think the last wave is going to come in on this side. We've got Brienne's ult for it, so we should be okay. Take care of these spear dudes. Got a few fishes. Kind of let... I mean, if I had a Piercer Lord right now, it'd be so nice to have these 3 tiles unlocked. This would be disgustingly good for that. But let's go ahead. Pop out those dudes real fast, take them down. Now it's just going to be down to these last dudes here. And we can pop her ult just to go ahead and just take them down a little bit faster, because her ult does hit very, very hard. But there we go. Should be over there. Not too bad. Was that 8-3? 8-4? I don't remember. Sip some water. Delicious. Nobody died. Fantastic. A little bit of a tougher setup there, because like I said, if you put your heroes up top, like if Wrath was A5, I could throw him up top, and I would assume that his little passive healing would probably be enough to take care of him. But you never really know, so play it safe. Gold Raid shouldn't be too bad. Do we have anything different in our Gold Raid team? Got a Slow Bro in there, some AoE. I don't think we'll change anything. This looks pretty solid. Do we stack up by their home base, or do we let them kind of walk? Home base stacking is nice, simply because it kind of lets you farm the mission a little faster. I'm going to probably actually... Do I want to throw you down first or make sure I've got the DPS coming in behind? Maybe we just kind of wait for a second to build some cost up. I don't know why he's walking past like he's going places. He's absolutely not going places. We could put Wrath in front of her and then Estrid behind her. I think that's what we're going to do. That's going to give us a decent amount of block plus damage, and then when we get 10 cost back, which should be relatively soon... Oh, this guy's going to be a problem. This will slow everyone. We could just put Greed down. I do like his slow. It's pretty easy. It comes back incredibly fast, and he'll take care of this part for me. And then, hopefully no one starts sneaking through. Her stuns will be really nice for kind of locking them down while Estrid can get some damage in the back. Then I'm probably going to throw Greed in just to get some AoE coming in. Then after that, maybe Navros, maybe Deimos if things are starting to look a little sketch. We're just going to pop her to start just lawn mowing people, because she will absolutely take care of those very quickly. Get some Navros in here. Next wave coming in, she's going to lawn mow those down. Oh my goodness. She's just too good. But I do think I am going to pop Deimos here for 3 block up top. Hopefully nobody gets through. Looking like we're doing a fairly decent job of it. We got the last wave coming in. Pop his ult, kind of get things exploding a little bit. We do have another hero, like if someone does sneak past, we could throw someone back here. But looks like it's going to go down fairly quickly. That wasn't too bad. That'll be a pretty okay run for farming. But yeah, if you can stack the front side, it's going to be better than stacking the backside just because you can kill the enemies faster that way, which means you can farm the mission faster. But there we go, 31,800 gold per completion. Obviously with gold bonus on, it's going to be about 64k. That'll be great. Per run, that means every 10 runs, essentially, of this gold raid, I should be able to afford to upgrade one piece of gear pretty close to max, if not to max. They usually run between like 400 and 800,000 gold. If you get really unlucky, they can go higher, but that's generally what it takes. Ooh, got a 3-star here out of it too. And 25 diamonds. Boom. So that was the main goal of the day, accomplished. Jump into 8.5 here, finish this off just to get our 5 missions done for the day. And then, oh, I remember this one being annoying. And then we'll jump over and tackle the artifact material raid. Hopefully make at least a little bit of progress there. The power creep on that one is pretty high. It's already in like 400,000 of power. So we got a dude coming in up top. How do you want to run this? I know that the little big octopus bro comes over here and like slow attacks everyone, which is super duper annoying. Maybe we run Estrid back here to take care of all of these dudes, because she does attack pretty fast, she does hit pretty hard, and I think they do walk in a straight line to her. These guys, where's he walking to? I don't even know. Is he walking over to this side? I sure hope not. So we can block these dudes from coming through, which is great. This is that Mind Flayer bro. I think that's what they're called. I could be wrong. I don't know if this guy's coming up top. I'm going to kind of wait and see. If he's walking past the crystal, we're fine. So we do want to deal with this thing as fast as possible, but because of where it comes in at, you can't aim this way and snipe it. You're going to have to wait for it to get like in front of you and then snipe it, which is very, very annoying. I guess we're going to do it with Edril, like so. We'll probably need to put a healer over here because he does hit pretty hard, and hope that she's enough to kind of take this guy down. I need a healer down here as well. These guys are hitting pretty hard. How do we want to run it? Hollow up here to get her ult back a little bit faster. Sounds like not a terrible idea. If she does slow it, when it hits you, it not only does a lot of damage, it also slows your attack speed. But we got it down. That's not a problem. Looks like she will be enough to handle that on her own. We're going to go ahead and pop Vortex down here for heals on this bottom part. Throw this in 2x. And then we'll probably end up throwing Wrath on this side just to take care of people over here. Unless, tell me they don't walk around you. That would be incredibly annoying. I don't think they do, but boy, would that be annoying. Let's go ahead and pop Deimos up here. He'll get some swipes on these guys as they're walking through, which will be nice. Take a little bit of the damage burden off of Estrid. Oops. Almost totally screwed that up. One of those guys is going to turn into a fish person. That's my bad. I didn't mean to do that to you, but it happened. I wasn't thinking. Oops. He doesn't do AoE damage. I thought they did AoE damage, but it looks like he doesn't. We'll have to keep an eye on Wrath. He took a little bit of damage there, not a lot. Actually, there's no way he dies. We should be absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and just pop her ult, start sniping dudes out. I guess we can pop her ult to give her a little damage boost, and then just pop everybody's ult to give her damage boost as she's shooting. Last dude's coming in up here, the last three. Pop this back in 2x. I don't think we're in any real jeopardy here of going down. And there we go, nice. Wasn't too bad. But those guys can be annoying because they shoot that platform tile, slow down your attack speed. Just got to make sure you deal with those. If you do, the rest of the fight's not too bad. There we go. Stage 8, 1 through 5, completed, done, finished. Jump over, tackle a little bit of the old artifact material raid, or at least give it a run. Since we do have an event coming up for it, so I want to be sure that I'm pushing as high as I can, because it's also very good for your Brave Conquest. Snag this out. Give me my energy. And now, boop, jump over here. So as you can see, the last stage we beat was 330,000 power. The next jump up is 420,000. So a very, very, very large increase in power required to take this down. Hopefully we'll be able to make it work. After that, it's another hefty jump of 50,000 power to go to stage 15. And then it slows down a bit. It doesn't go quite as crazy between these. That one's obviously a huge jump for 18. But we're going to try 14, see if we can make a little bit of progress here. We're obviously well below the power required, and some of these heroes like Edril is useless, and one of these healers, we'll say Vortex, is also unusable in here because we only have one platform tile. So we're actually sitting around 310,000 power, about 100,000 power less than it's asking for, which is going to make this a bit more difficult. So with that said, I think we got everything that we can really use. I mean, I could bring someone like Scorch in. It doesn't really seem like it would make a difference. We've got Baron here. He's not really upgraded at all, but his little don't die passive might be nice for stalling some of these dudes that come in these top corners. So we'll kind of see. Yeah, we're going to fight it anyway. That's how we do things. All right, so first things first, obviously our main blocker here has got to be Olag. No one else is going to be tanky enough to handle this guy's damage. And then I guess we'll throw ahead and just get her out here to start healing, because he's going to take some damage before, yeah. But his shields will be very, very nice for this. I'm kind of torn on what I want to do over here. I would like Estrid to help DPS the boss, but I also need... We can try to do it like this. I don't know if he's got gear on him right now, so that might be an absolute flop of an idea, and if it is, whoopsie poopsie. Didn't mean for that to be the case. We'll see how he does with the damage. If he's doing horrible, yeah, he's not going to be able to take these dudes down, I don't think. Maybe for a little while he can, and we can just try to nuke the boss as fast as possible. He might die from the smash here. No, he didn't. We're good. Go ahead and do this. He's going to start getting overwhelmed, honestly, really, really quick. How do I want to do that? Do I throw a tank over here and just try to tank the whole thing? I just feel like Ain is going to be my weakness on this side. He's going to be the reason that we don't make it through. So maybe... I kind of want to just say refresh this one, but we'll try to just hammer through it. Not a great idea, of course. You definitely don't want to have to stack up your heroes too much down there, because I need Wrath up here for sure. Very soon, actually. Like now. She's already blocking two people. Hopefully he'll do some damage here and we can get Estrid on this side. But Wrath should handle the top for us. Pop Deimos' ult, get some damage going out on the boss. Put this back to 1x. So Wrath is going to hold this off for us, which is great. When these guys down here start coming in, that's when I'm going to throw, what's his face down? Just to make sure we've got a... Go ahead and pop this. We need a blocker, obviously, for this side. We might actually get through this dude in time. Let's go ahead and just throw him down, like so. He's not really built at all, but he will slow these guys from getting to the boss and healing him, and maybe that'll be enough. We'll have enough time here. Not sure. We could sell Wrath. We don't need to sell Wrath. It looks like the boss is going to go down. Maybe if these guys don't slip through and start healing him, I think we've got it. I think we actually pulled that off about 110,000 power short of what it recommended. So that's nice. That's definitely nice. But it's kind of a time rush here, because the longer this fight goes, the harder it becomes. He keeps summoning more and more and more enemies up top, and those guys do insane amounts of damage. And if you can't stop them in the top corners before they fuse, they will like start one-shotting your dudes. We can of course try stage 15. It is a massive power jump. Can't believe we actually took 14 down first go. That was kind of nice, especially being 110,000 power below what it wants. So we're gonna try this one as well. 140,000, 150,000-ish power low. Is there anyone else I could bring in to throw down as just like a stopgap in case things are going horrible? I mean, yeah, but they're gonna die instantly. Maybe Decimus. I'll bring him just in case, because he does die, but he kind of holds the line for just a second. Maybe like in an oh crap situation, he might be something we could rely on. We're gonna try it again, of course. Not sure how we're gonna finagle our dudes here. Obviously, Olag, main blocker for sure. Get Hollow in here to heal him. And then, I don't really like how I had this side set up. Ain was already pretty weak and not doing a lot. So I might have to sacrifice Estrid's damage on the boss. Doing that does seem very dangerous. But if I have her on this side, I feel confident that she can take care of these dudes by herself. And if she does have people sneaking past her, we're going to be in trouble anyways at that point. So let's get Decimus down here, or Deimos down here, as soon as possible, start getting some damage on the boss. We are going to be a little bit worried about his AoE damage attack, because it does hit really, really hard. Looks like Estrid's doing okay. This is nice. This is a good thing. Skull Shatter, going to see how much damage this does. Quite a bit, 19,000. I don't know if he will be able to survive this. I'm going to pop Ain up here facing this way. This way, when he gets his ult, he will be able to... I'm actually going to go ahead and pop Hollow's ult here and start charging it up. When he gets his ult, it actually does give a damage increase to everyone in range, and that's going to include Deimos here, so he should be able to do some more nuke damage. That might be a way to get through this. So far, looking all right. We still have Livian to cover one of these sides. We still have Wrath to cover top. It's going to really come down to if the Skull Shatter is going to one-shot our Deimos or our Ain or not, because that'll obviously put a little bit of a chink in the armor here. We do have Estrid's ult in case she starts getting swarmed. I want to wait. Now I'm going to pop both their ults to go together. This way they're doing the max amount of damage possible. Kind of chewing through him a little bit, but he's got a ton of HP. Wrath up top, still okay. First couple enemies don't hit very hard when they're not fused. Once they get fused, of course, that changes, and they start hitting very hard. Skull Shatter. Ain survives it. 21,000 damage, though. Got him down to about 30% health here, so as long as we can hold these dudes off from getting through Estrid, we should actually be all right here. We might take this one down, too. That's nice. That's very nice. Keep going. Keep going. We're going to go ahead and get her down over here, like so. I may have to, like I say, I may have to throw like a Decimus, or a Deimos and Decimus is going to screw my brain up so hard. Go ahead and start charging ults again, make sure they're ready. But I can throw both Baron and Decimus up here into the top to make sure I get a little bit of extra grace period. I am worried about her obviously getting... Oop, need you to lawnmower. Okay, perfect. Absolutely great timing on that lawnmower. Whew, that was close. We're going to go ahead and pop Deimos before we get Ain's ability. He'll get it pretty quick, though. We got a bunch of enemies coming in down low. I'm going to just drop a secondary tank down here so they don't get through. We got it. I can't believe we actually managed to make that happen. We are so below the power level there, but it worked. But yeah, Livian's super nice for that stall because she stuns. She can kind of hold people off more than just like her block amount of 3. She can hold a lot more than that off if you have high attack speed because she'll just consistently stun them over and over again. Super duper nice. Can't believe we actually took that one down. But probably going to have to call it there. I don't think that I'm going to be able to jump up and do 20,000 more power. I know they get more and more difficult as we go. Of course, it would be nice to try, but I can already feel that coming up against the clock happening there, and I don't think we're going to go any further. I was going to try to push a little bit of faction trial, but I had to swap all my gear around to like Voltus and stuff. I'm not really too worried about it. It would be nice, I guess, to get these to blue, but we don't really have a lot of cultist heroes right now, and that's going to kind of hold us back. And once, like, well, I guess we do if you include all these turds, freaking Ajax and Magna, but we can't use them. But there we go. Either way, we got some stuff done. We knocked out the gold raid like we wanted to. I actually took out 2 stages of artifact material raid, which I did not see happening. I was thinking 14 was going to be pretty iffy, being that we were so low on the power scale, but the fact that we took 15 out as well, super awesome. Glad to see that happen. The ultimate goal, of course, is to make it to 18, but that power level, a little bit beyond us currently. But there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button and show your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.